So you might have heard regarding a new course in a National Institute of Ayurveda Jaipur. So that is post-graduation MSc courses, which was written as interdisciplinary courses as well. So the notification is out and the prospectus is out, and we are getting so many queries regarding the course and other related matter. So in this video, we are going to clear the entire FAQs, that is frequently asked questions in relation to the courses, new courses, and also we'll discuss the important things, that is what are the outcomes of the course, possible outcomes of the course, and also what are the possible career opportunities for a scholar taking this course. So watch this video till the end, and if you have any queries, you are free to ask at any point of time. So I think you already know regarding National Institute of Ayurveda since 1976. Right now, it is a deemed university, but prior to this, it was under the Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan Ayurveda Rajasthan University, that is Rajasthan Ayurveda University, that is in Jodhpur. So every university related matter was to be approved from Jodhpur. So in the previous year and many years before that, the faculty of this institute worked hard and finally got approval for deemed to be university, and the Prime Minister just declared this in December 2020, that is deemed to be university under de novo category. So during this process, the University Grants Commission requires institute to have multiple courses, not just the usual BMS, MD and PhD. You have to have another few courses which will add value to the institute in the field of research and or other things. So during that time, the institute thought of a different course, and that time the emergence of MSc, that is Master in Science, Master of Science in interdisciplinary courses were proposed and they got approved. They are 6 in number and they are of 2 years duration. And why it is interdisciplinary? Because these subjects are open to certain other undergraduates as well. So the need of the hour is to have a healthy conversation with the other branches, keeping that in mind, and also to educate the other branches in relation to Ayurveda so that they can propagate the knowledge of Ayurveda through their modality. These interdisciplinary courses were designed, and a systematic way of balancing the syllabus by incorporating the classics as well as the need of the current era. So these courses are designed in such a way, and that's why they are interdisciplinary in nature. Otherwise, the course is MSc itself, but interdisciplinary in relation to the entryway, or you can say the entry for the students. Now, few days back, on January itself, 23rd, the notification was there in newspapers, major newspapers of India, and the next day, that is 24th of January, Monday onwards, the prospectus along with the application form were actually released in the website, official institute website. So after that, so many queries were there for the students, and definitely genuine because the courses are entirely new. So this video is specially made to focus on these frequently asked questions. At the same time, to add value to this video, we are adding the outcome and possible career opportunities. Usually students are asking these type of questions, so we'll go one by one, and also we'll have a combined effect of these answers as well. So basically, the departments in which the new MSc courses are designed are 6 in number. So they have been given names in both the classical language as well as the contemporary language. So Poshanahar in relation to Ayurveda diet and nutrition, Ayurveda manuscriptology, then Ayurveda preventive cardiology, that is the preventive cardiology aspect of Ayurveda, then Marmology, that is Marma Chikitsa and Krida Bheshija, that is sports related medicine, then Saundarya Ayurveda, cosmetology, and then Ruksha Ayurveda, where the medicinal plants are mainly focused. So now these students who are going to enter this and finishing the course in 2 years of time will be getting a degree. So degree will be called as MSc in their respective branch. For example, if I take a MSc course in the Poshanahar, so I'll be given MSc in diet and nutrition, that is Ayurveda diet and nutrition, and also I'll be given in brackets the name of it in the classical language, that is MSc in Poshanahar. So this is how the nomenclature of the degree is going to be. So other branches I have mentioned here. So as per your interest, you can see which degree are you going to get. So now moving ahead, total number of seats for these courses. Right now 2 seats are approved for this academic year, 2 seats per branch. So you may be thinking why the seats are very less, but definitely it's the initial year. So the initial year of the course, so seats are limited. So as the course progresses, and the seats will increase depending on the faculty and student ratio. So right now 2 seats for each department, 6 departments, new departments, and that is why NIE is having right now 14 departments which were already present, including these 6. Now the total departments are 20. So out of these 6 departments, each 2 seats are distributed based on the central reservation scheme. So this is the central reservation scheme. The roster has come like this for this year. So next year, depending on the seats, the roster will change, and the seats also will change, may change, depends on the authority. Now the eligibility for this is one of the most common question and confusing part. So that's why I wanted to make it more clear. Most of these courses, 6 courses, are having the medical graduates as eligible. For example, if you see here, you can see BMS, that is an Ayurveda graduate, BUMS, that is Unani graduate, then BHMS, homeopathy graduate, BNYS, naturopathy and yoga graduate, and also the contemporary MBBS graduate. They are almost eligible for all the branches. And apart from that, there are some specific eligibility for specific branch. For example, a Poshana Ahara MSc can be pursued by undergraduate who has done his BSc in dietetics, or he could have already done MSc in dietetics, but he wants to learn more about Ayurveda diet, so he also can enroll. So BSc in dietetics is minimum there. So BSc in food and nutrition. So there are multiple courses available in India with the name of diet and food. So that's why they have clearly mentioned these are the certain eligible undergraduates who can enroll in MSc of Poshan Ahar. Similarly, Ayurveda manuscriptology as other than the medical graduates, MA in Sanskrit, because Sanskrit is the mother language for any Ayurveda graduate. So manuscriptology requiring more, or you can say intense knowledge of Sanskrit, a scholar of MA Sanskrit can add value to this branch. That is why he is eligible to join this. Then preventive cardiology, again the graduates, here you can say the medical graduates are given more preference because it is more of a clinical related subject. Then if you see the Marma Beshaja, again it's a more of a clinical related subject because you are involving in the marmology and sports medicine. That's why the other undergraduates are not given preference here. The medical graduates are more given preference. Then if you see the Saundarya Ayurveda, again medical graduates of course are there. At the same time, certain equivalent medical degree in relation to cosmetology, skincare and aesthetic medicine, if anyone is having undergraduation with that, or even post graduation, they want to enter Ayurveda cosmetology, yes, they can enter. And Vriksha Ayurveda, slightly different from the others. Here the focus is on more of field work, you can say. So the BMS graduate can definitely enroll. At the same time, some others like BSc in agriculture, or you can say horticulture, forestry, and any other science graduate who is interested in working on this field, especially the methodology of cultivation and improving the quality of the medicines, and also methodology of supply, all those things will be coming under the Vriksha Ayurveda. So this requires you can say dedication, and also it's one of the important branch of Ayurveda right now, because every other department is dependent on Vriksha Ayurveda. That is why this can be a you can say path breaking kind of department in near future. Now the mode of application or admission. So initially applications should be sent to the authority as mentioned in the prospectus. You have to send it to NIE. So along with the application, you have to attach certain of the essential documents. So essential documents may vary from course to course. So as I already mentioned, based on eligibility criteria. So attach all those things, and there is a DD, that is demand draft, to be drawn for the application fee. Just see the prospectus. And then once the applications reach before February 28, next month end, that is February 28, 2022. So the screening will be done, and if we get more than 10 applications per seat, for example, a department of Ayurveda manuscriptology, we have 2 seats. If the application exceeds 20, then there will be a screening test. Otherwise, the recruitment, or you can say the admission, will be based on merit secured in the interview. So interview will be a part and parcel of this admission, both the cases. Screening test will depend on number of application. A department having 2 seats, so more than 20 applications for that department, then screening test will be done. Otherwise, screening test will not be done. Directly the interview will be done. Based on that, merit list will be out. So admissions will be based on this. Now, screening test, if it occurs, then what will be the question paper? Because this is an entirely new course, what should we study? Then the answer is 50% will be the respective science. For example, if you are taking Ayurveda cosmetology, a general basic questions of 50%, and also 50% will be common for all department, that is based on current affairs, general knowledge and computer related knowledge. So computer, general knowledge and current affairs are involving 50 marks in the screening test, and 50 will be in relation to the concerned subject. Concerned subject in the sense, among the 6, the concerned subject. So question paper, if occurs, like exam occurs for 6 branches, 50 will be same for all the 6, and 50 questions will be different for different departments. So like that you can consider the screening test. Now, the offline and online related query. So the courses which are drafted and approved and are going to be soon starting are exclusively offline. There is no provision for online course. So you need not send any query regarding that. Online course provisions are not there now, and MSc will be exclusively offline, regular, only after the completion of 2 years, just like any other postgraduate. The student will be given the degree. So this is very clear. Next, regarding foreign students, many mails are coming from out of India because they are interested in certain subjects of Ayurveda, manuscriptology, cosmetology and other related departments. But the point now is, right now there is no provision for the entry of any international student, especially through ICCR, the modality. Right now there is no provision. In the near future it may come. You have to wait and see for the updates in the website, institutional official website. Then regarding the fee, the first year fee is almost nearing to 30,000, and then you may have to pay an additional refundable, but definitely it will be refunded once you are completing your course, and the second year fees will be around 26,000. So this is in relation to fee. So stipend, in relation to stipend, right now there is no approval of stipend as such, but the institute will think about it in the near future. So the prospectus says like that. So what does that mean is, so the stipend is not yet approved because so many meetings are yet to be pending, and in the near meetings what is going to happen in the next few days or weeks. So the stipend may be approved or may not be approved. So if it gets approved, then definitely it will be more than 25,000. You can get that more than 25,000 if approved. So that is why stipend is mentioned there as right now not approved. So as per the rules, if you are taking the admission now, the rule says stipend is not approved, but the institute may give you stipend even after you enter. Even after you enter, if it gets passed, the one who has already enrolled will also be getting. So that is the point. So don't worry about it for now. Next, in relation to outcomes and career opportunities, I think this is the most important part which you are waiting for, because you want to know what kind of opportunity you are going to get in near future once you complete the course. So these 6 courses are having different outcomes and different career opportunities. That's why they are considered as 6 different departments. So we'll go one by one. The number 1, that is diets and nutrition, that is Poshana Ahar. So if you pursue this course, you will be able to teach the health seekers. You can see in the slide I have mentioned certain of the points. I'll just give a brief introduction to these points. I'll just not read out the points what I mentioned here. I'll just give a brief introduction. So health seekers will be requiring this in many dimensions. It could be in relation to simple patya, or it could be in relation to panchakarma, or it could be in relation to any of the shodhana procedures, or in general any patient requiring specific diet in relation to the constitution. So those people, that is Prakriti, those people will be advised better by a person who is having the MSc in Poshana Ahar from this course. So in addition to that, certain Ayurveda principles will be taught, and definitely the person will be able to know regarding the changes in diet in relation to season as well as day and night. All those things will be taught in this course of Poshana Ahar. So a doctor who is pursuing this will be in a better position to give a proper diet chart, and at the same time who are coming from other branches, like other branches not from medical background, they will be having an opportunity to work as nutritional experts in different streams. So it could be in relation to their field of work. If they are from different parts of India are having different, you can say, institutes or different kinds of exposures. So based on the area where they are living, they may get different opportunities. And if they are having any Ayurveda institute nearby, then they may be able to work in any Panchakarma unit or any other unit with a designation as expert in the diets. So this is in relation to Poshanahar. So this I mentioned here, Panchakarma unit. So the person can get involved as a food advisor in different institutes or different organizations. Definitely it's one of the emerging field. So next one, that is Ayurveda Manuscriptology. So Ayurveda Manuscriptology unit is there in NIA since 2016. So since 2016 unit is there. It was proposed in 14 and then approved in 16. So since 4 to 5 years the institute has been continuously working to bring out the work in relation to manuscriptology. So when this deemed university status was obtained, there was a separate formation of Department of Ayurveda Manuscriptology, and at the same time, seeing the work of the manuscript unit of NIA, the Ministry of Ayush declared it as the nodal agency for Ayurveda Manuscriptology in India. So in India right now, if any work is to happen in relation to Ayurveda Manuscriptology, so NIA will be the nodal agency. So right now the approval is for 5 years and definitely it is going to increase, and nodal agency for Ayurveda Manuscriptology is given to National Institute of Ayurveda, and that is the Department of Ayurveda Manuscriptology. Now a student who is entering this course of Ayurveda Manuscriptology will be more interested in basic research, in working on basic research and knowing the classics, including the language of Sanskrit in a better way. So once they are completing this course, they will be in a position to edit, analyze the text, analyze the chronology of the text, and all those things will be possible by completing this course. So basically basic research will be the main motto here, and the work of this department will help in achieving the targets of other departments. So any new information you are able to extract, that will be helpful for other departments and also in your clinical practice. So what are the career opportunities? So right now the manuscriptology is given a separate, you can say, importance by the government of India. That is why the National Manuscript Mission was started, and it has been working since many years. But right now there is a scarcity of manpower. So vacancies, if it comes in manuscriptology unit, you can say the graduates of this course will be the preferred candidates, because very few courses are there, that certificate courses. A full-fledged MSc course in a recognized institute like NIA will be an added feather to any student entering to this course. Next one, in relation to Ayurveda and preventive cardiology. So this is in basically or you can say mostly targeting the medical graduates. So once you are completing this course, a separate, you can say, expertise is obtained on this field. So that's why experts in this field will be out, and also the Department of Ayush, or you can say the Ministry of Ayush, will have skillful, you can say, physicians who are expert in this field. Right now there is scarcity of, you can say, localizing any specialization. Like I can say I am a BMS graduate, I want to practice this and this, but sometimes what happens, the Ministry of Ayush requires a specific skill, like I want to get a professional person who is skilled in cardiology. So at that particular point of time, if the student is having MSc in Ayurveda cardiology, then preventive cardiology, then definitely will be the preferred candidate. So in the near future, the course, or you can say the field of this cardiology, preventive cardiology, will definitely be increasing. So the career opportunities, again, the clinical output of that same individual who is entering this course will be increasing, because he is already practicing. If he gets this degree, definitely he will be able to plan it in a better way. And also in different institutes where the integrated approach is considered, the graduate can enter there as an expert, or you can say a skillful physician in the Department of Preventive Cardiology. And if there is any course in relation to this preventive cardiology, these students may also be called as a visiting consultant, or you can say visiting teacher, or a full-time teacher as well. So in the near future, the person will be able to enter multiple streams. So this is in relation to Ayurveda. Next, in relation to Marmology and Sports Medicine. So Marma is one of the oldest practiced, you can say, technique in India. Even the non-Ayurveda graduates are aware of certain Marma techniques, especially followed in Kerala and other regions. So a student who is pursuing Marmology and Sports Medicine from NIA will be having specialized skill in this, because this requires separate skill set. Unlike the other sciences, other branches, a person who wants to practice Marmology will definitely require separate skill set. And if imagine the government requires certain professional, Ayurveda professional in different departments like railways or army or any other sports related agencies, then definitely they'll be giving preference to medical graduate also having MSc in Marmology and Sports Medicine. So that is how this department will have an emerging kind of situation in the near future. So next department is in relation to Saundarya Ayurveda. So this is practiced in different names in different cities. So in the name of Ayurveda, many fraud people are also practicing cosmetology. So to wipe out such things or to give a clear information, so this course was designed, and this gives a basic understanding of Ayurveda to all the graduates who are coming to take this course, because this course is wide open, unlike or not just restricted to the medical graduates. So those who are already practicing the cosmetology will get a better idea regarding the formulations and herbal medicines what they want to add in their preparations. And if he is a medical graduate, then definitely he will be having an opportunity to open a sub clinic like Ayurveda cosmetology, and it is an evergreen subject, it can never end, and outcome of this course can be very fruitful. Career opportunities, again there are multiple career opportunities. Individual level, you can set up your own clinic and sub clinics, and if you want to enter any like institutes conducting these kinds of courses, you can be a visiting faculty there, and whenever there is a requirement of cosmetologist from Ayurveda background, then you will be the preferred candidate for any agency. So that is how this course can have different career opportunities. And the last one, that is Vriksha Ayurveda, so which was designed specially keeping in mind regarding the quality of medicinal plants we require for a better medicine, so better preparation of medicine. So this course gives importance to the medicinal plants, like identification as well as growth and improving the quality of that, and how it can be easily without compromising the quality easily be transported to other cities and may be used in different pharmacies for the preparation of medicines. So this field is usually not given that much preference, because BMS and MD graduates usually don't give preference to field work. They just want to practice or get into teaching field or research field, and this field is neglected. So that's why Vriksha Ayurveda, to revive that and also to improve the medicinal quality of the practitioners pharmaceutical preparations, this course was started, and outcome of this course is obvious. So many government and non-government agencies are wanting to have such kind of experts in their field, so the career opportunities are wide open. And also you can say the pharmacies can recruit these kind of students in relation to the procurement of raw drugs. And also PhD, if you want to pursue in related subject, this will be a post graduation which will give you a base for your PhD. So PhD is common for even other branches. If you are having the post graduation in this particular subject, you will be given an opportunity to pursue the doctoral degree in any of the institute. So that is based on the interest of the student. You cannot say this should be your department. This is in relation to the how interested you are in that particular field, or what kind of work you want to pursue in your post graduation. This is in relation to various career opportunities and outcomes of the course. This is just a brief introduction. There could be other points. If you get any other points, you can definitely write it in the comment box. Now once you enter into these courses, then you should be able to prepare a dissertation work based on a research. So students entering this will be able to enter any research, will be definitely conducting a research, and they will be submitting the dissertation. If you are from a medical background like BMS, BUMS, BHMS, or even the naturopathy and the MBBS, you are allowed to go for clinical trials in this course. Otherwise, if you are not from medical background, non-medicos, then definitely the survey related research work you can do, like non-interventional, and even the basic research. Animal studies are also allowed. Animal studies, basic research, and survey based research works can be carried out by any of the graduate. So these are the research opportunities what a student can get by entering this course, and this is in relation to those 2 years course. Without submitting the dissertation, you cannot get the degree. So dissertation will be done under a supervisor, and he will be able to guide you regarding your research project. Now the syllabus is divided into 2 professional years, like 2 years, and 4 papers each, just like the other Master of Science courses, 4 papers each in both the years, among which the first year, one of the paper is common for all the students, irrespective of department. It is common for all. That focuses on introduction to Ayurveda and basics of Ayurveda, because the course is interdisciplinary and designed in such a way that even the other branches streams can enter into the like course. So that is why, to give a brief introduction to that, the first paper of first year will be common for all, and others 3 papers, and the next year second year 4 papers will be exclusive to the related subject. Syllabus includes both theory and practicals. Now this entire syllabus can be downloaded, link is given in the description. So if even after seeing this video, even after reading the prospectus, if you are still having any query regarding any of the topic, just write in the comment section. You will be getting the reply as soon as possible. And the courses are new, that's why you may be having many doubts. It is not possible to clear all the doubts in such simple like small videos. And to give a better clear information, you may write in the comment box. And there is an official email ID also mentioned in the brochure. You can you can share your query there also. So in that way, you will be getting the complete information. So kindly go through these courses, and if you are not interested, and if you want to suggest it to somebody else, or if anyone else is in search of such kind of courses, if he's not sure, if he wants to enter medical background, medical like education, but he has done some other undergraduation, still is having an opportunity to enter into this Ayurveda field and at least help in the paramedical way rather than medical direct consultation way. He'll be helpful as a paramedico. So that's why even the other graduates who are entering this course, they will not be considered directly as the doctors. So the medicos need not worry about that, because many students are worried regarding why other branches are given entry here. So they are given and as an like entry to these courses, and they'll be acting as a paramedico. And without paramedico, a medico is not complete. So that's why you need not worry about any other undergraduate entering this. So here we end this video. If you like this video, kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel. Kindly tell your other Ayurveda loving friends and even the other stream students regarding these new courses, and their outcomes and career opportunities are very important. So kindly give them a brief idea regarding that. Kindly watch our other playlists. So there are multiple playlists which may cater the needs of different students. Kindly watch them. Until next time, myself Dr. Nandish Singh. Thank you.